Dear student, welcome back again in our today's session. So, as you can see that today we are going to talk about on the topic diagnostic research. In previous lecture, we have already discussed about the descriptive research and experimental research. Now, today's we are going to discuss about diagnostic research. So let's understand our new topic, that is diagnostic research. Before going to start this topic in detail, let's understand the concept of diagnostic research. If we talk about diagnostic research, so it attempts to identify, examine, and analyze the problems to determine their causes. It can be conducted in a variety of ways. So, diagnostic research plays a very important role in a medicine. It helps to detect disease, early prevent illness, and personalize treatments. It typically involves collecting data about the problem. The data is gathered through surveys, interview, focus group, or other methods. Once the data has been collected, it is analyzed to identify the main causes, main factors that are responsible for the problem. These factors may be individual, organizational, or environmental. Once the factors are identified, they are addressed to solve the problem. So, overall, diagnostic research is a type of research that focuses on identifying and understanding the problems or issues within the specific area. It basically involves collecting and analyzing the data to diagnose the causes and factors contributing to the problem. This research method is a systematic and detailed. The aim of diagnostic research is to uncover the root causes of the particular problem and examine why the problem is arise. So take an example. In education, diagnostic research might examine why students in a particular school are performing poorly. Researcher would gather the information through survey, interview, checklist, schedules, and test to identify the factors such as teaching methods, students' background, or school resources. After that, they might be affecting performance. So, the goal is to provide a clear understanding about the problem, which can then inform the decisions on how to address it effectively. So, by pinpointing the exact issues, diagnostic research that helps in developing the targeted solutions and improving the outcomes and enhancing the overall effectiveness in various fields. After discussing about the concept of diagnostic research, let's understand the methodologies in diagnostic research. There are a variety of methodologies that can be used in diagnostic research. Some of the most common methodologies are given below. So, as you can see that the first method is survey. Survey are a good way to collect, to gather the information from the participants, from the respondents, With the help of surveys, researcher can collect the qualitative and quantitative data. Surveys can be used to ask participants about their experience, opinion, and behavior. A survey is like a questionnaire that you fill out. Researcher asks a group of people a set of questions to gather the information about their thoughts, feelings, behavior, and opinions. Surveys can be done online or offline mode. They help researchers to collect the data from the large group of people. Now, the second one is interviews. Interviews are a good way to collect the qualitative data about a problem. Interviews can be used to ask participants in-depth questions about their experience and opinion. So if we talk about interviews, so we can say that in some simple term, an interviews is like a conversation between two people. A researcher asks a person questions and the persons share their thoughts and experience. Interviews help researchers to gather the detailed and personal information from the individuals. Now, the third one is focus group. A focus group is like a group discussion. A researcher brings together a small group of people to talk about a specific problem. The researcher guides the conversation to gather the information and insight from the group. Focus groups help researchers to understand how the people think and feel about the topic in more interactive way. So we can say that in a very simple term, focus group are a good way to collect both qualitative and quantitative data about the specific problem. Focus group allow the researcher to interact with participants in a group setting. So these methodologies help researchers to collect the information by diagnose a problem. By using one or a combination of these methods, researcher can collect the data from the participants, from the respondents, and to understand not only the cause of issues, but he can solve the problem. Now again, next one is observational studies. Observational studies also the good way to collect the data about the behavior of individuals or groups. If we talk about the observational studies, observational studies can be used to see the following points like how people interact with each other, how they use product or services. Now, the last one is how they respond to different situation. So with the help of observation method, we collect the data from the respondent in this manner. Now, the next one is case studies. If we talk about the case studies, so case studies is also again a good method to collect, to gather the data from the participants on the specific problems or issues. Case studies can be used to examine the following, like the factors that are contributed to a problems, the effect of a problem, the effectiveness of a solution. So we can assess the effectiveness and the effects and the factors of a particular specific problem with the help of case studies. So these methods are very important to collect the data for the diagnosis research. Now, next we are going to understand about the steps in diagnostic research. Here are the steps are given of diagnostic research. So as you can see that the first step is to define the problem that you are trying to solve. This involves identifying the symptoms of the problem and understanding its impact. So the first step is clearly identify the issues and problem to be investigated. Now, the second step is select the appropriate methods to collect the data like survey, interviews, and focused group. That means choose a methodologies, select the appropriate methods. After selection, the methods of data collection, then after you need to collect the data about the specific problem. This data can be collected through survey, interviews, and focused group or other methods like case studies, observational method, etc. Now, the next step is the data that you collect need to be now analyzed. This would be necessary to identify the factors that are contributing to the problem. This analysis can be done using the statistical methods or qualitative methods. So, after collection of data, you need to analyze your data, examine and interpret the data to identify the patterns and the themes. So once the factors that are contributing to the problems have been identified, you can develop the solution to address these issues or problems. So after that, the next step is the solutions that you develop need to be implemented now. This involves putting the solution into the practices and monitor their effectiveness. So these are the steps of diagnostic research. Now, next, here we are going to discuss about the importance of diagnostic research. What are the importance of diagnostic research? So here, few points are mentioned. The first one is diagnostic research helps to identify the key issues and problems that need to be addressed. Without proper diagnosis, appropriate solution cannot be done. Now, the second one is it provides in-depth insight into the nature, complexity, and causes of problems. This understanding is a critical for diversing effective solution. So diagnostic research is a very essential for the further solution. Now the next one is it highlights the gaps between the goals and the current realities. This gap analysis helps to determine priorities and focus remedial actions. So in this situation, diagnosis research is very helpful. Now, the next one is diagnostic research evaluates the effectiveness of current policies, process, or interventions. How the policies is useful. We can identify it with the help of diagnosis research. This evaluation helps to improve the optimize exiting approaches. Now, the next one is it detects the emerging issues and trends at an early age. Early detection enables timely intervention before the problem becomes serious. So, with the help of diagnostic research, you can identify the issues, you can identify and the root causes. Now, the next one is it informs decision making by providing the evidence based findings and recommendations. The data and analysis from diagnostic research can guide the strategies and policies decisions. Now, the next one is it establishes a baselines for further research. Diagnostic research can set the foundation and framework for formative and summative studies. So, in this case, diagnostic research is very essential, very important for further findings. Now, next here we are going to discuss about the benefits of diagnostic research. What are the benefits of diagnostic research? So, let's understand the advantages of diagnostic research. If we talk about the benefits of diagnostic research, it can help to identify the root causes of a problem. With the help of diagnostic research, you can identify the root causes, the main problem of the particular specific problem. You can identify the root cause for the particular problem. This is very essential for solving the problem effectively. Once we find out the root causes, we can easily solve the problem. Now, the next one is it can help to identify the factors that are contributing to the problem. This can help to prevent the problem from recurring. So, we can say that diagnostic research is very beneficial for us. Now, the next one is it can help to develop a solution that are tailored to the specific problem. This can increase the chances of success. Now, the last one is it can help to improve the decision making by understanding the root causes by the root causes and the problems of a particular specific situation. Decision making can make a better decision about how to address it. So, we can say that diagnostic research is very important for good finding. Now, let's discuss about the limitation of diagnostic research design. Diagnostic research has a number of limitations, including, as you can see that the first one is diagnostic research can be a lengthy and expensive process because it involves the collecting data from a variety of sources and analyzing the data in a rigorous manner. So we can say that this type of research can be a lengthy sometime. Now the second one is there can be a multiple factors that contribute to a problem. Hence, it can be a difficult to identify the root causes. This can be especially challenging when the problem is complex or when there is a lack of data. Now, the third one is the result of diagnostic research may not be generalized because sometimes The research is typically conducted in a specific context, so we cannot generalize the problem. Now, the last one is the researcher biasness may influence the result of diagnostic research. If the researcher will be biased, the findings will not become accurate. So this is because the researcher handles the data collection and its analysis. So these are the limitations of diagnostic research. Now, next, here we are going to understand about the applications of diagnostic research. So as you can see that the first one is business. In business, we can apply the diagnostic research for to identify the issues affecting productivity, customer satisfaction, and profit, etc. In these areas, we can apply the diagnostic research. If we talk about in education, to determine the factors inhibiting learning, student performance, outcomes, teaching learning methodologies, and other institutional objectives, we can apply the diagnostic research in this field also and can find out the root causes behind the particular specific problem which is related to the education. Now, the next one is healthcare. In healthcare, we can apply the diagnostic research for to recognize the issues impacting the patient outcomes, efficiency of treatment, protocols, and more. And the last one is social sciences. In social sciences, we can also apply the diagnostic research for to recognize the causes of social problem, social structure like crime, drug abuse, unemployment, etc. So overall, diagnostic research is a valuable tool. It helps to identify the causes of problems and develop the solution to address them. It aids to policymaker by providing the evidence-based insight into the key challenges facing the government sectors and programs. It is a very complex process, but it can be very effective when it is done effectively, correctly. So that's all. Thank you.